to take a look at the Beatles' first #1 hit, at least in Britain. This is Please Please Me. Now, of course, this was their second release there. Love Me Do had done pretty well, climbed the charts, didn't get to #1, but Please Please Me, which I'll get into the history about it in just a second. But it did get to #1. Didn't quite crack it here in the United States. I'll probably get to a little bit of that story too. Maybe not necessarily. Well, we'll see. Anyway, we're going to take a look at a couple things in this song. One is just a basic rhythm way to play it. Very simple strumming pattern. And a lot of times we'll be doing double downs, meaning downs at the speed of eighth notes, and sometimes we'll be doing downs at the speed of quarter notes. Matter of fact, that's the main strum I'm going to suggest in here, which is going to be 2 downs at the speed of eighths, then a down and an up at the speed of quarter. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and there we have the first line. E for a whole measure, second measure, third, then a half measure of A, back to E. And then a cool little syncopated measure with a G, an A, and a B, all played starting on the and of the beat. So there you have pretty much what's happening in the verse anyway. Now the song really just has 2 parts, a verse and a bridge, because the bridge only really happens once. The chorus would really be the 4th line of the verse when they sing Please Please Me. Anyway, so we'll break down the chord progression and the arrangement, and then we'll also look at working in the lead guitar part. And that's about it, which is also doubled by the harmonica that John played in there. So anyway, we're going to take a look at Please Please Me. This was, of course, their first album as well in the UK. And with the success they had with Love Me Do, George Martin really felt that they were a band destined to have a #1 hit, except he was not very confident in their songwriting yet. So they left the Love Me Do sessions and went to work on some of their tunes with the threat hanging over their head that they were going to have to do somebody else's song. How Do You Do It? Eventually became a hit for somebody else. And but anyway, that was George's plan when they came back. George Martin's plan. When they came back, they were going to record How Do You Do It, and he was going to make it a #1 hit, and the rest was going to be history. Well, they came back with a revamped version of this song. They had kind of applied some of their Everly Brothers sensibilities with harmony and just all kinds of other little elements that turned this into a song with some serious hooks in it, and those hooks bit. When George Martin let them record it, he said he heard it and said, "You know what? It worked. Boys, you've got your first #1 hit." And he was right. A few days later, or after a few weeks when it had been released, they rushed into the studio in February of 1963 and recorded their first album. Called it Please Please Me. Anyway, so this is part of a series that I'm putting together of their early songs and we'll really just look at them kind of campfire style, really just look at strumming them and getting in the little lead parts when we can. So anyway, okay, enough of the history, Please Please Me. Next segment we'll talk about the chord progression, although you've got it right there on the chart, and then we will talk about some of the details. You can work in some of the complicated stuff. There's one hard little run we're going to do. Getting that little melody in with the chord change happening, whereas sometimes it's played without a chord change, meaning just staying on an E chord while the bass pounds away, and sometimes it's done through an A and a B chord change, and we try to hear this melody. There it is. There's your assignment. Put all that together. And if you can't, stay tuned for the next 2 segments where I will show you how to do it.